Brought to you by NUREPUBLIK.com. For all the latest in graphic tees, hoodies, and accessories, shop NUREPUBLIK.com. Welcome to NR Travel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for all the latest global travel content. In today's video, we're headed to Brazil to explore the beautiful city of Rio de Janeiro. Come with me as we explore local hotspots and popular tourist attractions, as well as hotel stays, local restaurants, and eateries. We'll start by checking into the Winter Plaza Hotel, Copacabana. Overlooking the South Atlantic Ocean, this hotel is a great location. Only a 3-minute walk from Copacabana Beach and a 7-minute walk from their nearest metro station. The hotel is located 9 miles away from the Christ the Redeemer statue on top of Mount Corcovado. The hotel offers complimentary breakfast, polished restaurant and bar serving traditional and international cuisines. Room service is also available. After check-in and getting some rest, I decided to start my day off exploring the city. There are many options for transportation around the city, from Uber, taxi, to the metro. I decided to go with a personal driver and tour guide. We'll start off by visiting one of Rio's oldest neighborhoods, Morro da CONCEIÇÃO. This area feels like a tiny slice of Portugal with its old shuttered houses and quiet cobblestone streets. It maintains a traditional Portuguese style despite the urban transformation around it. There are many good restaurants and galleries, as well as street art and murals around the neighborhood. Hidden in the town, you can find stairs matching the same color schemes as the Brazilian flag. It has become a popular photo site for tourists and locals alike. The green represents the rainforest, yellow gold, blue the sky, and the stars represent the provinces. Next, we'll take a stroll down the streets of Pedra do Sal. This location is an historic and religious site and widely known as the heartbeat of Rio de Janeiro. Pedra do Sal has a special significance to the residents of Rio de Janeiro of African descent. The center of the area, known locally as Little Africa, is a collective housing of escaped and freed enslaved Africans. This location is considered a maroon city, a term used for escaped slaves who came from plantation farms and sugar mills from the interior of the country after slavery was abolished in 1888. Throughout this location, you can see beautiful street art and buildings painted with vibrant colors. The English translation to the name Pedra do Sal means rock of salt. The name derives from the fact that enslaved Africans unloaded products here in the 17th century. These steps are chiseled in to make the work of climbing the boulder-smooth surface easier. Pedra do Sal is known as the birthplace of samba music, a rich genre with many variations, and is one of the pillars to Brazilian culture, passed through many generations till this day. Afternoons are a great time to take pictures and explore this area's great culture and history. At night, Pedra do Sal becomes a lively gathering place for samba lovers everywhere. On Monday and Friday nights, food vendors, musicians, and singers all gather around the rock and play samba music in honor of Pedra do Sal, the location where samba music was created. The festivities start around 8 p.m. and samba music begins at 9. There are no chairs for the public. All are either standing or sitting on the rock. There are numerous food stands around the area selling snacks and beer at a great price. It was an amazing night of samba music and dancing. I highly recommend this location when visiting Rio de Janeiro. Next, we'll head to Parque LAGE, a public park in Rio de Janeiro located at the bottom of Mount Corcovado in the neighborhood of Jardim Botanico. Parque LAGE's main building was inspired by Roman architecture. The mansion, built in the 19th century, includes a central courtyard, swimming pool, and terrace. The land was formerly a residence of industrialist Enrique Lage and his wife, singer Gabrielle Benzz. Today, the property is a public park as well as a visual arts school and cafe. Definitely a great place to take in the scenery, grab some lunch, and take some cool pictures. Next, we'll head to the top of Mount Corcovado to see the glorious Christ the Redeemer statue, Brazil's most iconic symbol and Rio de Janeiro's most visited site. The location averages about 1 million visitors per year. In 2007, Christ the Redeemer became part of the 7 modern wonders of the world. It is the 3rd largest Christ statue in the world behind Christ the King in Poland and Cristo de la Concordia in Bolivia. Construction of the statues took place in 1922 and was completed in 1931. The statue sits 2,326 feet above sea level. It stands 98 feet tall with a 92-foot wingspan and sits on a 26-foot foundation. The statue was created with an Art Deco style using soapstone and concrete and weighs 635 tons. The entry fee is 31 reals, which comes out to $6 American. Seniors and children under 11 are free. For your tour, transportation, video, and photography needs, contact Guilherme, your #1 guide to everything Rio de Janeiro. Next, we'll grab a bite to eat at Ginger Mammoet, a popular local restaurant in Copacabana. The restaurant offers fusion cuisine combining Mediterranean and Brazilian flavors. The restaurant offers a variety of delicious options, including seafood, meat, pastas, vegetarian options, and signature snacks and drinks. The restaurant livens up at night, offering live performances from local bands and artists. With great service and Brazilian hospitality, this is a highly recommended location. For lunch, I chose chicken parmesan with potatoes, white rice, and black bean soup. And finishing off with the famous Brazilian national cocktail, caipirinha. Now let's head to one of Rio's classic locations, the Selarón Steps. Back in 1990, Jorge Selarón turned this 215-step alleyway into a world masterpiece. A dedicated artist, one by one, Selarón created tiles representing all corners of the earth. Thousands of visitors worldwide come to admire Selarón's work daily, making this one of Brazil's most treasured landmarks. Another claim to fame for this location is that it was featured in Snoop Dogg and Pharrell's music video, Beautiful. An interesting fact, people from all over the world started selling Selarón tiles to include in its artistry. There is said to be about 150 to 160 cultures represented throughout the staircase. In 2013, Selarón was found dead on the steps. Causes of death were undetermined, making this a mystery to his legacy. This is an amazing location and definitely worth the journey. Now we'll head to Boulevard Olímpico. This port at one time was in very poor condition due to neglect and disuse. Prior to the 2016 Summer Olympic Games, this location turned into a canvas for beautiful street art. Many renowned artists have come to this location to share their talents, but no work has been more captivating than the one done by Eduardo Cobra. Eduardo Cobra is a famous Brazilian artist from São Paulo and is regarded as one of the greatest muralists in the world. This colorful mural you see behind me is his most notable work. It's a depiction of indigenous people from 5 different continents. The idea was to unite the 5 Olympic rings to convey a message of unity and peace amongst all people. Once again, a great place to take pictures and experience the modern history and art of Brazil. Next, we'll take a 10-minute walk down the street and head to AQUARIO. This is Latin America's largest marine aquarium, holding 28 tanks, including a giant tank with a walk-through tunnel making sharks and stingrays visible. AQUARIO brings together about 8,000 animals from 350 different species from all oceans. Some of the species you can find at the aquarium are the nurse shark, the white-tip reef shark, the black-tip reef shark, and the sand tiger shark. All the sea life here are distributed between 28 enclosures, which gathers a total of 4.5 million liters of salt water. AQUARIO offers many different activities for its visitors, such as sleeping at AQUARIO, where visitors can spend a night in a tunnel right underneath the Great Ocean Tank. They also offer diving of the ocean tank, where visitors can get up close and personal with the marine life. They also offer a behind-the-scenes tour, where you can see the equipment used to treat the salt water and how biologists feed the many different species of fish. Lastly, AQUARIO offers a science research center, souvenir shops, and cafes throughout your tour. Now let's switch gears and witness the altitudes of SUGARLOAF Mountain. Sugarloaf Mountain is a peak situated at the mouth of Guanabara Bay on a peninsula that guts out into the Atlantic Ocean. Sugarloaf Mountain, known as Pau de Açúcar in Portuguese, is one of the most iconic landmarks in Rio de Janeiro. Rising 396 meters above the harbor, the peak is named for its resemblance to a traditional shape of a concentrated, refined loaf of sugar. The mountain is an historical landmark due to the installation of tramways in the year 1912, which made it very popular worldwide. This cable car system was the first launched in Brazil and the third worldwide. Tickets can be bought at the ticket office at the base of Urca Hill. As you can see, the Christ the Redeemer statue is never too far away. Adult ticket prices are 120 Brazilian reals, which equals out to 24 American dollars. For children, it's 60 Brazilian reals. Now let's take a boat ride and explore some of Rio's beautiful coastal beaches. This is a 3-hour sailing experience purchased through Viator.com. For $50, I got to see Rio's beautiful landmarks from the water while sailing on a 40-foot yacht. You'll get a chance to enjoy the stunning views while the captain narrates Rio's rich cultural history. One of our first stops was Praia Vermelha, which translates into Red Beach. Here you can see Sugarloaf Mountain from the water and at a short distance. The yacht stops here for 10 minutes and passengers have a chance to take pictures, get a quick snack, or take a dive into the ocean water. As always, the Christ the Redeemer statue is visible throughout your whole sailing experience. If you're a fan of airplanes, you get a chance to see them take off and land at Rio de Janeiro Airport, Santos Dumont throughout your sailing experience. And on rare occasion, if you're lucky, the captain might let you take control of the yacht. I highly recommend this tour. I got a chance to build memories, take great photos, and enjoy the beautiful scenery. Now it's time to get some rest and prepare for New Year's Eve. It's early in the afternoon on New Year's Eve, and I decided to take a stroll down one of the most traditional and old areas of Rio de Janeiro, Copacabana Beach. The beach is famous for its magnificent 2.5-mile boardwalk, along with its skyscraper hotels, apartments, cafes, nightclubs, restaurants, theaters, and bars that line the waterfront. The boardwalk of Avenida Atlantica of Copacabana Beach was done by Roberto Marx and is considered one of the most significant landscape designs of Rio de Janeiro. The boardwalk design was a modern abstract interpretation of a traditional Portuguese paving pattern using waves of black and white stone sets. Due to its beautiful beaches and striking pavement patterns, Copacabana Beach is often depicted in many postcards. Day in and day out, you see thousands of locals and tourists stroll and jog the famous wavy mosaic boardwalk. Copacabana Beach has one of the most fantastic views of the coast with its mountainous peaks that blend in with the shoreline. From tanning, relaxing, and people watching, there are thousands that flock to this world-famous beach every year. The New Year celebration at Copacabana Beach has gained global popularity, making safety and security the city's top priority. As I stroll through the beach, you can see city workers assembling stages, getting ready for the New Year celebration. With all this preparation, I'm excited to see what the night has in store. It should be an epic celebration. Before the New Year's festivities, I decided to get a bite to eat at Cayetón, Copacabana, a popular buffet-style steakhouse located near the Copacabana waterfront. Known for its delicious barbecue and variety of meats, waiters bring the food to your table once you flip the red coaster to the green side. Then fresh off the grill, you are served a variety of steak, chicken, beef, and pork. The steakhouse has been in business for nearly 50 years, making it a staple in Copacabana's culture for locals and tourists alike. For great service and overall great vibe, I highly recommend this location if you're ever in the Copacabana area. After my meal, I head back to the beach and start to see the festivities take way. As I stroll through the boardwalk, the beach gets even more beautiful and lively as it gets crowded. Brazilians often wear white clothing for the New Year's Eve celebration. It's a tradition that originates from the Candomblé religion of Brazil, where people wore white during rituals seeking peace and spiritual purification. As you can see, there are a lot of people wearing white clothing, keeping the tradition alive, but it's also said that wearing vibrant colors underneath the white clothing can bring you good luck going into the new year. Another tradition is throwing flowers and small mementos into the surf in hopes that if it doesn't come back, your prayers and wishes come true. As I stroll through the Copacabana beachfront, I'll see many clubs and restaurants open, and even a concert being held in the middle of the sand where various artists come to play samba music to ring in the new year. According to city officials, over 2.9 million tourists and locals gather at Copacabana Beach to bring in the new year. At midnight, there's a glorious 14-minute firework display that lights up the Rio de Janeiro sky. The world-famous light show can be seen on a 2.5-mile stretch between Lima Beach and Copacabana Fortress. This amazing fireworks display are done on ferries far from the beach to avoid any accidents or injuries. The honor of being known as the world's biggest, best, and most incredible New Year's Eve party goes to Rio de Janeiro's own Copacabana Beach. And with that, I'd like to thank you for watching NR Travel, brought to you by New Republic Clothing. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for all the latest global travel content.